Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy to have you here. My name is Teacher Christy and I am a Gogokid teacher and trainer. Today, I want to jump in and talk about the process of requesting an appeal here at Gogokid. All right, the appeals process. So, unfortunately, at some point in time, it will happen to us all. As much as we try to avoid it, something is going to come up that is going to cause us to have to cancel or worse yet, no show a class. It's not fun. As teachers, we do everything we can to avoid it, but unfortunately, we can't control everything, and it does happen at some point. Gogokid has recently instituted a pretty awesome appeals process that will allow you to appeal any negative consequences that result from a cancellation or a teacher no-show if you feel like your reason for canceling or no-showing is justified. Some justifiable reasons could be a serious illness or a hospitalization for you or someone in your immediate family, some sort of extreme accident that prevents you from being able to teach your class, some sort of natural disaster. I know here in the South we have lots of hurricanes that can often result in days worth of power outages. Or, worst case, you have unfortunately experienced a death in your family. All of these are considered justifiable reasons to cancel, and GoGoKid does have a system in place to handle these. It's very important that you understand how this appeals process works in advance. If you get to the point where you are having some sort of emergency and you have to cancel or no show classes, that is not the time that you are going to want to or even really feel like researching the process. So it's really important that you know in advance so that when these worst case scenarios do strike, you know exactly what to do. So, the very first thing you need to do if you have to cancel or no show a class is notify GoGoKid. You can notify them in one of two ways. You can send an email to support@gogokid.com or you can submit a ticket. Now, if you cancel a class, this notification has to be made within 48 hours of the time that you cancel. Very important to understand that it's 48 hours from the time you cancel, not 48 hours from the class time. So please make sure that you send this notification as soon as possible. It can be very brief, right to the point. All you have to do is say, hey, I'm having to cancel these classes because of this reason. The class dates and times are this, this, and this. I will submit documentation when I get it. The initial contact does not have to include the documentation. It just has to let them know, hey, I had to cancel. This is the reason. This is my attempt to start my appeals process. If you no show a class, the email or ticket needs to be submitted within 48 hours of that class start time. So that is step one, notifying GoGoKid of the cancellation or the no-show within 48 hours of either the time you cancel the class or the start class time for a no-show class. Step two is when GoGoKid is going to review your appeals request. Now, this process, the step two stage, can be as short or as long as it needs to be, depending on the circumstances. They will grant you up to 30 days to submit supporting documentation to show that you had a justifiable reason for cancellation. So, some of this documentation examples could be a doctor's note or hospital records. It could be screenshots or notifications from your power company if your power went out, or news reports if you had some sort of massive natural disaster in your area. It can be an accident report, a police report, or an insurance claim if there was some sort of accident that occurred. It could be something, like an obituary or something of that nature, if it was a death, some sort of supporting documentation that shows the reason for your cancellation or no show, and something that shows your relationship to the party affected if it was not you personally. So that is step 2 of the appeals process. The final step of the appeals process, step 3, is Gogokid will review the information you have submitted. They'll look over the documents. If they feel like they need additional documentation, they will reach out and let you know. Otherwise, they will go ahead and they will make their decision. They will notify you via email whether your appeal has been approved or not. So if Gogokid deems your case justified and they approve your appeals process, they will invalidate the non-teaching issue that has gone against your contract, and any other incurred penalties will be adjusted and restored as appropriate. This includes credit score points and pay deductions as a result of those cancellations or no-shows. Please, please, please don't forget the importance of submitting your email or ticket within 48 hours. If you miss this 48-hour window, you will not be able to request an appeal, and any incurred penalties as well as the non-teaching issue against your account will remain. So it is super, super important that you always notify them within 48 hours. Remember, you don't have to have that documentation at the notification stage. That can come later. Just simply make sure that you are sending that email or that ticket as soon as possible to notify Gogokid of the situation. That is the most important thing to do right at the beginning. I hope you found this helpful. If you liked what you saw and you don't want to miss out on my next video, make sure you like, subscribe, click all the buttons so you can come back and hang out with me a little bit more next time. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye, y'all.